Amy and Taylor, good evening to both of you. Yes, I have been in contact with the authorities investigating this case. On this day, 8 years ago, Emmanuel Quarles was seen leaving his house for the last time. Yesterday, the state attorney general's office says the man accused of murdering Quarles led them here to a shallow grave in Seneca, where they uncovered human remains. We've got a lot to get to for you this hour, but before we do, Grant Roberts joins us now for your forecast. First, now Grant, it's probably going to be maybe the hottest day of the year so far. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it's going to be very close.
The courtroom was tense this morning as the judge laid out the terms for Deron Collins' $9,000 bond. The 7th Circuit Solicitor's Office brought in video evidence that appeared to show Collins driving, parking, and wiping down with gloves Young's car hours after she was seen leaving work for the final time.
Now, some of the technology showcased today at ZF are still in development, but others are already in production and might be coming to a car near you sometime soon.
These arrest warrants detail how 39-year-old Tara Johns allegedly abandoned the puppies inside a trash bag in the woods in Pauline. In fact, there are only 6 warrants because 3 of the puppies were already dead when they were discovered. Welcome back, everybody. 6:10 on your Saturday morning. Stocks dropped on Wall Street yesterday after the collapse of a key California bank. Well, Amy and Taylor, I'm not the only one who's noticed the beautiful spring-like conditions outside over the last couple of days. They're really perfect for doing yard work. I started mine yesterday, but if you're planning on burning anything like this evening, be cautious. According to fire officials, the weather conditions make it perfect for fires to get out of hand very quickly. Now on 7 News at 5:30, GSP International Airport is gearing up for a busy summer travel surge.
The airport may be busy, but so will the roads. What you need to know before you hit the road this summer. And see how one of the world's busiest airports, Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International, is gearing up right now for big travel numbers this summer, numbers we haven't seen since the pandemic.
And see how a group of South Carolina researchers is looking at ways to use artificial intelligence to improve healthcare. It's a story you'll only see here on 7 News.
We are glad you're with us tonight. Memorial Day marks the traditional beginning of the summer travel season.
Yeah, and AAA Carolina says that more than half of people here in South Carolina are planning a summer vacation this year. They say airports like GSP International Airport will be busy, but the road will be even busier. GSP says it's expecting longer lines and busier garages this summer. It's adding new airlines and bringing in bigger jets for the increase in customers. AAA expects millions of people to travel, and this summer, international travel is expected to increase by a whopping 200%. That said, 90% of South Carolinians surveyed by the auto group say they'll opt for a road trip. The most popular destination here in the state are the beaches, followed by major cities and national and state parks. Auto experts say now is the time to make sure your car is tuned up for a road trip and prepare for more expensive vacations.
We don't know exactly what the gas prices are going to look like for the overall summer travel, but if demand is going to be as big as we think it is, I think gas prices are going to unfortunately go up.
Yeah, now AAA suggests if you are planning your vacation, make reservations now. They say waiting to pull the trigger on a hotel or a rental car could land you in a sticky situation. The auto group also strongly encourages you to invest in travel insurance.
Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, that world's busiest airport, is getting ready for summer travel. They're expecting to have about 100 million people move through the airport this year. Those kind of numbers have not been seen since the pandemic. Archit Shishadri takes a look at how the airport's preparing for passengers, with the Memorial Day holiday being this kind of test for increased passenger volume.
Atlanta airport staff say more than 2 million passengers are expected to travel through Atlanta's airport from last Thursday to this Wednesday, with an average of 300,000 passengers daily. Atlanta's TSA says last Friday was the 3rd busiest for the airport security, with 98,000 passengers and crew, and last Thursday being the 4th busiest day with around 95,000 passengers being screened.
So we are in the middle of an $11 billion capital improvement program called ATL Next. This includes modernization of our domestic terminal, parking deck refresh, and installation of new security screening machines. So our priority is to ensure that there's minimal impact to passengers while all of this occurs.
With heavy travel volumes, you can expect fuller parking lots and longer lines at security, with airport staff saying it's an average wait of about 45 minutes at checkpoints.
So the best traveler is an informed traveler. Make sure that you check the status of your flight before you arrive at the airport for any potential travel updates. Arrive early and pack your patience. With increased passenger volume, we encourage travelers to arrive at the airport at least 2 hours in advance of their domestic flight and 3 hours in advance of their international flight.
TSA says the biggest culprit they see for passengers is when they try to bring a firearm as a carry-on.
Pack smart. Our partners at TSA say to pack an empty bag. Make sure your carry-on luggage does not contain any prohibited items. This includes liquids over 3.4 ounces, weapons, firearms, and some food items.
If you haven't booked travel yet, Atlanta airport staff say the best days to travel are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, 7 News.
Atlanta's airport staff say that they're adding more staff members to meet the summer demand. The staff of Georgia TSA and Apple have launched a new service for Georgia. Passengers can upload driver's licenses to Apple Wallet for seamless travel, joining Maryland, Arizona, and Colorado for this particular travel feature. All right, we're going to check in with 7 News Chief Meteorologist Chrissy Henderson. She's standing by to give us all the details on much better weather compared to what we went through this weekend, right?
Yeah, Amy, better weather as far as the warmer temperatures go as well. We have had a mix of sun and clouds today. All in all, not a bad day considering low pressure is still very close to us. Temperatures have had a chance to warm into the 70s, and overall it's looking like it's going to be a pretty mild evening out there. Most of us will stay dry. By 9 o'clock, we'll be looking at mainly 60s in the area, and we'll keep a lot of cloud cover overnight with 50s and 60s for the low. We'll check out the rest of the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Henry?
Christy, thank you very much. The city of Woodruff is mourning the loss of a beloved member of Spartanburg 4 district schools. Now, Highway Patrol says Jimmy Grant, also known as Randy, was hit and killed Friday night while walking across the street to get his mail. The news of his death came as a shock after he celebrated with his students at graduation right before the incident. Dr. Grant was a longtime teacher, coach, and vice chairman of the Spartanburg County School District 4 Board of Trustees.
If you start thinking about all the folks that he has taught or has coached, it's numerous. So he's had a generational impact on the community.
We're told he also enjoyed keeping stats for Woodruff's high football team. Troopers are still investigating the crash.
We're learning more for you about the services to honor a firefighter who died after a burning building collapsed in Columbia on Friday. The Columbia Richland Fire Chief says that they were called to that fire at the Tropical Ridge Apartments where a building fell. Several firefighters became trapped. Many were taken to a nearby hospital where 25-year-old James Muller died. 6 others were injured and are recovering at home. The fire department says a service for Muller will be held at Riverland Hills Baptist Church on Wednesday at 2 p.m.
The growing need of health care in our state, paired with the ever-expanding field of artificial intelligence, that's what South Carolina researchers say is the future. Our Taylor Farmer spoke to the leader of the program in a story you'll only see right here on Channel 7.
A Clemson-led coalition of South Carolina researchers has formed to modernize healthcare diagnostics and treatment in South Carolina with the use of artificial intelligence.
Our program concentrates on 2 issues. One is AI, another is biomedical device. So we call AI-enabled biomedical devices.
The National Science Foundation announced a $20 million 5-year investment in a multi-institutional project called Artificial Intelligence-Enabled Devices for the Advancement of Personalized and Transformative Healthcare in South Carolina, or ADAPT-SC. Dr. Bruce Gow tells us this project will help provide better treatment across the state and optimize rehabilitation. He says the key to improving South Carolina's public health is early diagnosis, which allows for prompt intervention and improved outcomes.
For an average doctor, the accuracy of diagnostics less than 60%. For a famous expert, is about 75%. But preliminary data show that if using AI technique, the accuracy can over 90%.
He tells us AI algorithms can analyze vast amounts of patient data, including medical records, lab results, and imaging scans to identify patterns and detect early signs of disease.
we have several important goals. Of course, the first one is to fostering research. And the second, we want to educate and train next generation workforce so they have the ability to develop AI devices.
Dr. Gao believes the collaborations across the state are important as well, making South Carolina stronger and more advanced. Collaborators include the University and Medical University of South Carolina, Benedict College, Claflin, South Carolina State, Francis Marion, and Winthrop Universities, along with College of Charleston, the Citadel, and Tri-County Technical College.
It is very important. The reason is each individual institution, we do not have a strong ability to compete nationally. That's why we are so-called F-score state. Another word is poor state. However, if we collaborate together, we will become very strong.
ADAPT leaders tell us they will also implement programs to encourage kindergarten through 12th grade students to explore careers in STEM. In Clemson, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
Now, for more information on the program, including the 11 institutions involved, check out the story at WSPA.com.
And next on 7 News, part of an apartment building collapsed in Iowa. Investigators are trying to figure out how this happened.
And we've seen mild temperatures once again today, but it looks like a bigger warm-up is on the way for later in the week and the upcoming weekend, too. We'll check out the 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.